Buenos noches, buenos noches. Hope everybody's having a good day today. So I'm just here on live today. I want to try to go live every other week the best way I can. So hope everybody week is good. So the last time I went live, I couldn't hardly see the questions and stuff. So I know people having questions, about how did I do Spanish and stuff, what recommendations, what I'm saying, and practice it as with any other language. I want to give some recommendations because I don't want nobody to rush into this stuff and something goes wrong and I don't want you guys going to no schools, what I'm saying, and spending, $300 to $400, $500 and you not learning anything, you know what I mean? So I want my viewers to understand that um, when you learning a different language, the basis like Bruno Diaz, Buenos noches, mucho gustos, is something like, nice to meet you. Um, Wherever state you in, like if you're in the state of California, if you're in the state of Texas, if you in the state of Illinois, I highly recommend you, take a class, what I'm saying, but trying to find a affordable class in your city or in your state. Um, when I first went to, like I said, I want people to understand, and I'm not, I don't want nobody thinking that I'm leading or misguiding people wrong. I just want to, deliver the information. You have to start from the basics, and any Spanish instructor, any licensed Spanish instructor who has experience, they want to tell you the same thing I'm telling you. You want to start from the basics, like the numbers: uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's the basics of your Spanish numbers. Like another phase, the days of the week. I could say something like Puede fecho hoy, lunes, martes, miracles, jueves, feminines, sábado, domingo. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and possible, Sunday. Um, I want people to know, like, I've been reading books, so I'm just gonna show you, like, if I'm not practicing the books or the language, practicing the notes and stuff, I'm reading the books. Like, these are some of the books, you know, that I've been, reading, practicing Spanish in a nutshell. So these are some of the books here, I've been, practicing and reading, you know what I mean? Um, Spanish 7 days. Spanish 7 days. So I have another book, Outreach Spanish. Outreach Spanish. Spanish phrase book. Spanish phrase book. Quick study Spanish. Quick study Spanish. Spanish for travelers. Spanish for travelers. I have a big old Spanish Now book, Spanish for Now book. Painless Spanish, painless Spanish. Learn Spanish the easiest and fun way. And I have Facebook, Spanish. Like, you can learn Spanish from books, YouTube, some of the notes that I have on my YouTube page, you know what I mean? So you can learn it various ways. But if you plan on learning Spanish or plan on teaching it, I know the requirements in certain states. I know in all states. I know here in Indiana, you have to have a bachelor's degree and you have to take the Indiana State Board exam. I don't know how many questions, but you are required here in Indiana to take the state board test, and you have to have associates and or bachelor's degree. So, and you have to pass an FBI, U.S. Department of Homeland Security background check right along with it. So, if you plan on teaching it, take the class, but don't spend, 500 some dollars, 600 some dollars, and it becomes a lot of money, and it's a lot of information, in Spanish, you know what I'm saying? So I just showed you the books and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I showed you, like the days of the week, the numbers, I have the colors and stuff in Spanish, you know what I'm saying? So now I got emails on my Gmail. People want to know, like, how long I've been doing it. I could say something like 6 años. That means 6 years. I've been doing Spanish for like 6 years, like uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. So that's like, six, the number six annuals. So that's like 6 years. So it's a blessing, you know what I'm saying, to try to learn different languages and stuff. So I'm not on here, you know what I'm saying. I want this platform to be a positive platform, you know what I mean, for people to have fun, you know what I mean. So I'm not trying to, you know, blow up in this, you know what I'm saying. So, this for everybody, you know what I'm saying, young, mid 20s, early 20s, early 40s, you know what I'm saying? It's for everybody, you know what I mean? So if you want to learn any language, like I said in my last video, it's up to you. You have to get out there and put in the work, the dedication. You got to study the language, you know what I mean? So, but also I want you to be very careful, you know what I'm saying, spending, a whole lot of money, you know what I mean? Because we got enough going on today in our country right now, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want nobody spending your whole paycheck, you know what I mean? So I know you're gonna get tired of me saying this, but pay bills, pay your rent, pay your car note, pay your insurance. Make sure your household is taken care of first before you doing anything else. You know what I mean? So before you plan on going to any Latin country, please know the basics. Please know the basics. You know what I'm saying? Like, como estás means hello, how are you? Buenos dias means good morning. Buenos tardes means good afternoon, mucho gusto. Means nice to meet you. So, I say any Latin country, Mexico, El Salvador, Honduras, Costa Rica, Colombia, Cuba, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Venezuela, Argentina, Ecuador, and Peru. So with all the information, I'm giving you guys, I want to make sure you guys understand the material that I put on my YouTube platform. So, like I said, if you have questions, my shoot me an email and I could come back on YouTube to try to respond and try to answer any questions that, that I have for you. You can shoot me an email at butchiespanish.com. Um, I'm in the middle of putting a little memo on when I start, the teaching and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I know like I said, I know the first tryout is going to be free, but anything after that, I'll probably charge a low fee, you know what I'm saying? Like $40, $50 in that range, you know what I'm saying? Because I want people, like I said, I want my people, look, pay your bills first, take care of your responsibilities, you know what I'm saying? Don't quit your job just to be doing any old other type of social media platform and stuff, and the stuff we got going on today, you know what I mean? So I know it's I know it's at the 12 some right now, so I hope everybody have a good day, you know what I mean? Young people, stay in school. Please get your education, watch the company that you keep because everybody out here ain't your friend. I just want to give encouragement. So, and I say this is that if you get locked up, I want you to hear me. If you get locked up, none of your friends ain't gonna be there. Your classmates ain't gonna be there. Your family ain't gonna be there. The only person that's gonna be there for you when you locked up is your parents. And when that judge put that felony conviction on your record, it's gonna follow you for the rest of your life. So just think about the choices that you're making, watch the company that you keep because everybody isn't your friend and everybody don't have that interest in you. So the advice I'm giving you guys, I'm not trying to tell you nothing wrong, I know somebody gonna say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, whatever. So, but young people, if you listening, take heed what I'm telling you, You could be anything you want to be, Just put your mind into it, So I will be putting more videos out soon. So I will be using my laptop. So, and I know it's going to take me a minute to get monetized on YouTube. So whatever you get this message, subscribe to the channel, support to the channel. So, because I know I'm not monetized. So, like I said, if you have questions, what's the recommendation, shoot me an email. And the next time I get back on YouTube, I will respond. So I will try to get on YouTube every other Friday, So if not every other Friday, or I'm start getting back on every other Sunday. So I want to make this platform, try to encourage my young people to do what's right out here, So, but, and I know it's about to be headed, 1 o'clock, whatever. So, but for my parents, encourage your kids, be there for your kids, You know, get on, They got to get an education, And I say this is that, they looking up to us older people, to be role models for them, So trying to be their friends isn't going to cut it. So I'm about to go ahead and get off, so I'll probably get on live next week, you know what I mean? So, like I said, any videos, you know what I'm saying, I put out, I thank the supporters, you know what I'm saying? I thank you guys for supporting the videos, you know what I mean? So, help me, to be monetized, you know what I'm saying? Should support the channel. If you have any questions, like I said, my email, butchiespanish.com or m30305891 at gmail.com. Take care.